Welcome back. So today's part 4 of the Cannondale Topstone review. I'm going to get out while the sun's still shining and let you know what she's like to ride. For anyone buying the Cannondale Topstone 4, the first upgrade you need to do is to get rid of those calipers that come with the bike, because they're actually quite dangerous. Now, I've read a few other people have had the same experience as me, which is when you pull the lever really hard, the track inside the caliper jumps and you get about a centimetre of cable, fresh cable, which means that when you pull on your shifter, on your brake, the brake just goes straight to the bar and the pad doesn't touch the rotor at all. So they're really dangerous. Get rid of them. Even if you change them for another set of cable operated calipers, get them where the piston, it's got two pistons that push, squeeze on the rotor, not just one piston which bends the rotor. And the other sort of budget hydraulic upgrade would be to get TRP hydraulic calipers, which are cable operated, so you keep your same brake lever and shifter and use that same cable to pull a hydraulic lever on the caliper, so you get a hydraulic feel on a budget. They cost you about 150 quid for a pair if you can find them in stock. But yeah, most important thing is upgrade, get rid of those initial calipers that come with the bike. On road sections, it feels alright. It pushes power down okay. The frame feels crisp, bottom bracket's stiff, so it doesn't feel dead, but it does feel its weight and it does feel the drag of the tyres. So you're not going to be winning any awards or sprints, you just have to get on with it. So what's it like on gravel? Well, in a word, harsh. So the aluminium frame, although it's quite crisp on road, isn't forgiving off-road. The rear section's got quite short chain stays and seat stays, and it's really, really bumpy.
feel everything. You can see the bike jolting around. It's not soaking any of this up. And when you bear in mind I'm running 43 width tyre with 25 and 30 psi in, it's a little bit shocking really. So to sum up the road, it feels a little bit dull as soon as you hit any kind of incline or if you're into a headwind, and it really feels its weight. It's like 10.5 kilos as it is. The frame feels crisp, so the aluminium frame, it's not dead as such. It feels really crisp. When you put your power down, it delivers the power. It just feels heavy and a little bit dull, so I suspect it's probably the weight and the drag on the tyres with them being 43 and low pressures. So that'd be alright if it paid you back when you then got on the gravel and gave you some comfort, but I'm just finding it's really uncomfortable. 25 psi in the front and 30 in the back, and it's bouncing around all over the place. Any lower than that psi and I'm getting pinch flats, and with tubeless you're just getting a burp of air and losing all the pressure. I'll probably just live with it and ride it a little bit longer, but choosing this over my cyclocross bike, which is carbon, running 32mm tyres and a lot more comfortable, which bike you're going to choose? So it's a tricky one. So yeah, I'll crack on and do a little bit more filming. Apologies if you can't hear me half of the time because it's pretty windy up here today. Just found a little bit of shelter here, so yeah, let's get some more riding done and head back.
So, a big question. Did I buy the right bike? Do I regret it? I don't regret it. It's not the ideal bike. It's not ticking every box for me at the moment. I'm going to have to sort something out with the comfort of the rear end of the bike. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting it to be like a mountain bike, otherwise I would be just riding a mountain bike. But it's got to have a certain amount of comfort to be able to have the confidence to push it off-road. You don't just want to be doing 3 or 4 miles an hour or every rock that you're near on the brakes all the time, otherwise what's the point? So with a gravel bike you've got to have the confidence that you can roll over a certain amount of stuff without the bike jumping all over, and at the moment I'm just wanting to get out of saddle every time I see a rock, so that's not the most ideal thing. But like I said, I'm not giving up on it just yet. I'm going to try a couple of things, see if that I can work around that. Overall, I think the bike is a pretty versatile machine, so you can set it up towards road or you can be towards more gravelly stuff with the bigger tyres and clearance. I'm happy with the setup I've got, where I've gone for the mudguards. I'm going to use it on road through winter. I will do another video comparing it to the Cannondale Super X, which I've got, which is the carbon CX bike, because you can use that on gravel. It's just not set up as ideal on road, so there's nowhere to fit mudguards, and also the frame geometry is not quite the same. It's a little bit more race focused for mud with massive clearance, so the mud doesn't stick in the stays and stuff. So I'll compare them both and see which one I think might be the better option. If you're on a £2,500 budget, you could buy that bike instead of buying this and putting all the upgrades into it. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll cover that in one of the next videos. But thanks again for watching. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe.